My name is Ava Mitchell. I'm 28, and I live in a modern apartment in Portland, Oregon. I work as a data analyst for a renewable energy company, and for the last 5 years I've been quietly bankrolling a big chunk of my family's life. My parents are in their early 60s. Dad retired from teaching but still likes his golf trips and craft beer subscriptions. Mom never went back to work after having us and spends most days shopping online or going to yoga classes. They have my older brother Connor, who's 32 and has a gambling habit he can't kick. And my younger sister Harper, who's 25 and still finding herself while living rent-free in their basement. I was the first in the family to finish college without loans, land a solid job, and move out. They were proud at first, bragging to neighbors about their successful daughter. But pride turned into expectation. It started with small things. Ava, can you cover the cable bill this month? Your dad's pension is short. Then bigger, Connor's casino debts, Harper's car payment, Mom's spa weekends, Dad's new golf clubs. I sent the money because saying no felt like betraying them. They always said, "You're doing so well, sweetie. We just need a little help until things settle." But things never settled. Last year I tracked it over $22,000. My own retirement savings were barely growing. I hadn't bought new clothes in ages, skipped concerts with friends, delayed getting a better car. Every time I hinted at slowing down, the guilt came. After we raised you. You're too independent now, forgetting your roots. I met someone last fall, Nate. We started dating, and he noticed how stressed I got every time my phone buzzed with a family text. One night over dinner, he asked why I never seemed to have extra cash despite my salary. I told him everything. He listened, then said quietly, "Ava, you're not their retirement plan. You're allowed to live your own life." That stuck. I spent the next few days thinking hard. I realized I was scared if I stopped, they'd call me selfish, cut me off emotionally, but I was exhausted from carrying everyone. I started with Connor. He texted asking for $1,200 to cover a bad bet payoff. I replied, "I can't help with that anymore. I've been sending money for years, but it's time for you to handle your own stuff." He called, raging, said I was heartless. That family doesn't do this. I hung up and blocked his number for a week. Next was Harper. She wanted money for a new laptop for her online business. I told her the same thing. She cried on the phone. "You always helped before. What changed?" I said, "I changed. I need to take care of myself now." The hardest was my parents. I drove to their house one Saturday. We sat in the living room. I kept it calm. "Mom, Dad, I'm stopping the financial support. No more transfers, no more covering bills. I love you, but I can't keep funding everything. You need to budget or find other ways." Dad's face went red. "Too independent for your own good, Ava. We gave you everything, and this is how you repay us." Mom teared up. "We thought you cared about us." I said, "I do care. That's why I'm stopping, because this isn't healthy for any of us." I left before it got worse. The next month was chaos. Connor's car got repossessed. Harper had to get a real job at a coffee shop. Mom and Dad's credit cards, maxed out late fees piled up. They all called, texted, showed up at my door. I didn't open it for the first few times. I just breathed. The silence from my parents lasted longer than I expected. For weeks they didn't call or text. Connor kept sending angry messages from a new number until I blocked that one too. Harper posted cryptic Instagram stories about family betrayal with sad music. I didn't comment or like anything. I just kept going to work, coming home, and trying not to check my phone every 5 minutes. Then the small changes started showing up. Dad posted a photo of himself at the golf course, but it was the public course, not the fancy one he used to pay for. Mom started selling some of her designer bags online. I saw the listings on Facebook Marketplace. Connor got a job at a car dealership as a salesman, commission-based, but steady. He even posted a selfie in a company polo. New chapter. No caption asking for help. About 2 months in, Harper called, not crying, not begging, just normal. "Hey Ava, I got hired at that marketing agency downtown. Full-time, first paycheck hits next week." I congratulated her. She laughed a little awkwardly and said, "I guess I needed the kick. Thanks," or something. We talked for 20 minutes about her new job, nothing else. It felt weirdly good. My parents finally reached out. Dad texted, "We sold the golf clubs. Got enough to cover the credit card minimums. Wanted you to know. No guilt trip, no ask." I replied, "Glad to hear it. Proud of you." Mom followed a few days later with a photo of their kitchen table covered in budget spreadsheets. Learning Excel at 62. Who knew? She added a laughing emoji. I sent back a heart. Connor showed up at my apartment one evening. No kids' drama this time, just him, looking tired but sober. I messed up a lot, he said. The gambling, leaning on you. I'm in a program now. No more bets. I let him in. We sat on the couch, talked for hours. He didn't ask for money once. When he left, he hugged me and said, "I'm sorry, sis, really." I told him I forgave him. And I meant it. Things kept shifting. Dad picked up substitute teaching gigs a few days a week. Mom started a small side hustle, selling homemade candles online, nothing huge, but it brought in extra. They refinanced their mortgage to lower payments and cut back on subscriptions. Harper moved out of the basement into a shared apartment with roommates. Connor paid off one of his debts and started saving for his own place. The family group chat went from requests and drama to actual updates. Dad sharing funny student stories from sub days. Mom posting candle photos. Harper sending memes from work. Connor complaining about car sales quotas. No one mentioned money anymore. Nate and I moved in together last month, a townhouse in the Pearl District with a little patio. We're planning a trip to the Oregon coast in spring. I finally got my wisdom teeth out, no more putting it off. My 401k is growing. I joined a hiking group and made friends who don't know my family history. Last weekend we hosted a barbecue. Everyone came. Dad grilled burgers on our little patio grill. Mom brought her candles as party favors. Harper brought wine. Connor brought his new girlfriend. We ate, played cards, laughed. At one point Dad pulled me aside and said quietly, "We were wrong to put all that on you. I see it now. Thank you for not letting us keep drowning." Mom overheard and hugged me from behind. "We're okay, Ava, and so are you." I looked around at everyone talking, smiling, no tension. The kids, Harper's niece and nephew from Connor, ran around the patio chasing bubbles. Later that night, after cleaning up, Nate and I sat on the couch. He put his arm around me. "You did the hardest part. And look, they're still here. Just different." I leaned into him and smiled. Yeah, different is good. The quiet in the house that night wasn't empty. It was peaceful. No guilt buzzing in my head. No phone notifications begging for help. Just me, finally living like I mattered to. I wasn't too independent. I was just independent enough. And that's exactly what we all needed.